Hey, what's up guys, Syed here, and today I am in the 2021 facelifted Cupra Ateca, okay, as you can already see from the title. So this review is gonna be a bit different. I'm gonna give you a detailed walkthrough and interior look of this car, because I think a lot of you guys are not that familiar with Cupra, because you know it is a new brand after all. So yeah, let's get going. Okay guys, so this is it. This is the 2021 Cupra Ateca. Alright, so this car comes with a 2-liter turbocharged engine, the EA888 engine that you can find in a lot of Volkswagen models, okay. But this one is tuned to produce 300 horsepower, 400 Newton meters of torque. So it's about the same tune as your Audi S3 and your Audi TTS, okay, and your Golf R also, your Volkswagen Golf R. So some of the differences between the older Ateca and this facelifted one is obviously the design on the front, okay. You can see the headlights are different now. It's a different design. So these are the DRLs, or the daytime running lights. The design is different, and you can also see the bumper is different, okay. So previously there was the Cupra lettering over here, okay, but now that's removed already. This is of course your front camera, because this car has the 360 bird's eye view camera, which I will show you guys later on, okay. So yeah, this is the front of the car. It's been redesigned already. I think it looks better than the previous the pre-facelift Cupra Ateca, which is already a very good looking car to begin with. Next we go on to the side, and that's this is pretty much the main differences in terms of exterior, okay. Another difference is probably the rims, okay. You can see here, this is the 5-spoke what they call the diamond cut rims, okay, 19-inch. Also I want to mention this comes with the 4-port calipers. Is it 4-port? Let me see. Yeah, it's a 4-port caliper on the front, and single piston on the rear. And they are also using Turanza tires on this car, which is a touring tire, okay. I was expecting them to use like Alenza or something, which is a bit more performance based for premium SUVs, but yeah, they put Turanza tires on this car. So let me just walk you through around the car so you can see. Of course you have the roof rack on top, okay. The overhang from the back, you can see, is actually quite short, okay, the overhang. Yeah, same as that. So this is what it looks like from the side. Looks short and compact, okay. By the way, I want to also mention that this is the Cupra Ateca for Singapore. This is how the car is spec'd for the Singapore market. So before you comment down below and say, oh no, it comes with this, it comes with that, blah blah blah, just remember this is the Singapore variant, okay. Alright, so in the back, LED tail lights, okay, very simple design, okay. And this also has the let me actually move the car forward a little bit so you can see better. Alright, so over in the back you get the Cupra badge, of course, some Cupra lettering over here, and you get the quad exhaust as well, okay. This is what the exhaust sounds like. Okay, so I hope you managed to get that. And this also has the what you call that, you know, when your hands are full and you want to open the boot, you just wave your feet below the car. See, so it works. Alright, boot space in the back, 485 liters, okay. Spare tire below the boot. Alright, your tools here to jack up your car if you ever need to change your tires. So yeah, back to the car, you can fold down the rear seats like this. Alright, 40-60 folding seats, and of course this parcel shelf can be removed just like that. Okay, and then just remove it like this. and there we go. Alright, so I'm not sure what's the boot space with the seats folded down, but this isn't like a super big SUV, okay, so don't expect a super big amount of boot space, but for given the size of this car, 485 liters of boot space seems pretty decent. It has the automatic tailgate as well. Alright, just like that. This car of course has keyless entry, so the key is in my pocket. I'll just put my hand here and the doors will unlock. Right, so you got the Cupra scuff plate over here. There's also the light, but the Cupra logo will be shined on the floor, but it's quite bright in the daytime now, so you can't see it. And also the driver's side seat is electronically controlled. You can see here there's memory seats as well, but on the driver's side, okay, on the driver's side it's manual, so you can adjust it using a lever here. Alright, there's a lever here over there. Okay, so this is the door panel. This is it's a bit soft. It's not like entirely hard plastic, okay, it's a bit soft as you can tell from the sound. Okay, door feels not super premium, not like single piece aluminium, but you know, still feels good. Okay, you get this of course this is your ambient lighting, and you get this this is what they call the petrol blue finish. By the way, like I mentioned just now, this is how the car is gonna be spec'd in Singapore. Okay, so you get this black dashboard, okay, and you get this petrol blue seats, so you can't really like change the color of the seats and all that. I mean, you can, but if you want to do it, you'll probably have to, the process is a bit longer and you probably have to pay more. I'm not sure how much more. So by default, this is how the car is spec'd for the Singapore market. Okay, black dashboard with blue, petrol blue seats. So talking about the seats, right, if these look familiar, I think it's because they look like your Secret Lab gaming chairs. Okay, just, you know, the logo and the way the bolsters are sticking out in the design, and they are comfortable. Okay, these seats are comfortable and they look really good as well, especially with this cutout over here, right, the cutouts in the middle. Very sporty looking seats, almost like a gamer's chair kind of seats, of course without the armrest lah. Alright, and then if you go inside the car, let me just start it up. Okay, so like the previous Cupra Ateca, the pre-facelift, you get a 10.2-inch display. This is very similar to your Audi virtual cockpit, okay, where you can change the views from the button here, this view button on the steering wheel. If my camera would focus, okay, here you just press this and then it will just change the views, okay, just like that. And within the these two the speed meter and the RPM meter, you can actually change the view as well. Okay, let me just quickly run through this display here. Okay, so you control it using the buttons on the steering wheel. Alright, this one. So yep, you have all your driving data here, all temperature, trip meter, consumption, overview, range, all these boring stuff. Then you can move over to different screens. So ACC is your adaptive cruise control. It's like your Distronic feature where it will tag to the car in front of you and just follow that car's speed. Okay, then you have your nav in the middle, your Spotify playlist or whatever songs you're playing via Apple CarPlay. Okay, I'm using iPhone, so it's Apple CarPlay. Alright, and then vehicle status, lap timer in case you ever go to a track or something like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this display here. Okay, not that difficult to use. and all the information is there, like it's, you know, clearly visible. Alright, also this car is close to run-in mileage. It's 964. When I got the car, the mileage was 890, so I've put about 74 kilometers on the car already, and I'm helping Cupra to break in this car. Alright, but I've already done like a lot of launch controls with this car, even though the engine has not run in. But anyway, it's a media car, so it's fine. Alright, okay, so yeah, these are your controls over here for your headlights. Very Continental, very similar to Continental cars lah, basically your Audi, your BMW, Volkswagen. Alright, very similar. Controls on the steering wheel here to control this display, and this is the most important feature in this car, given Singapore's very hot climate. Your heated steering wheel. Okay, and you can even adjust how hot you want your steering wheel to be. Okay, very useful feature. Right, cruise control, buttons over here, and your volume controls. Alright, now on to the infotainment screen. Okay, so first thing I have to point out is that it's quite clear, as in the display is quite crisp, and it's you know, you can see it's quite responsive. Alright, however, I think it's not the easiest to use. I think because a few times I was like wondering where's the back button. So anyway, you have all your standard controls here. Okay, your radio, media, vehicle, sound. Let me just play it for you. Okay, let me just turn down the radio. Alright, then all these lots are empty. You can set it to your favorite stations, but all your stations, a lot of the stations are here already. Okay, so yeah, station list is here. Yeah, it's quite responsive, not laggy at all, and the display is quite sharp as well. Okay, so yeah, navigation, I don't know why it's at Hey Dairy's Goat Farm, but yeah, okay. Personally, I've never tried this because I always use Apple CarPlay's Google Maps. Okay, I connect my phone. Anyway, it automatically connects to your phone and activates CarPlay or Android Auto depending on what phone you have. Okay, so once you pair it the first time, every time you get into the car, it will
Please drive to the route shown.
It will pair automatically.
The destination is on a limited access road.
Okay, so how do I exit this? Oh crap. Okay, let me figure this thing out first. How do I... Is it still running? Okay, I think... Oh yeah, I think it's still running. Oh, okay, so yeah, that's my point. Like, how do I know whether the GPS is still running in the background or not? Can I do this? What's this? Yeah, you see, it's still navigating. How do I turn this off? Anyway, okay, let's move on to other stuff. Let's look at vehicle. Okay, your oil temperature, engine temperature, compass, stuff like that. Okay, digital cockpit. So over here you can actually control the displays from here to reflect over here. Okay, so for example, let me change it to a timer. Alright, driving time, and then it will change. And then if I change to what's this, distance covered, okay, let me just show you. Okay, yep, it will change. When I change it over here, it will change over here. Okay, and then same thing for this side. Alright, you can change it to whatever information you want. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it at vehicle status. Okay, and then sound is your equalizer settings. By the way, this car comes with Beats audio as standard. Okay, so look at that. Okay, Beats audio, so the sound quality is, yeah, pretty good. Okay, sound focus, you focus where the sound is gonna be, in the middle, in the front, whatsoever. Okay, not gonna play around too much with that. And then you have your aircon controls. Actually, not your aircon controls. Okay, you can actually control it from here. Over here is where, you know, you can see the airflow and stuff. Air care, what's this? No idea what this is. Let's see. Functions, filters, find dust and pollen out of vehicle's passenger compartment. Okay, sure, let's turn it on. Alright, and let me go back to, you see, you have to actually press this twice to go back to the main menu, when you can actually have a back button to bring you back to this. But anyway, okay, so these are the system settings. You can, you know, pair your mobile devices, stuff like that. Alright, and yeah, nothing interesting here, quite boring, all the settings. Okay, let's go on to Apple CarPlay, and tada! Okay, your phone or my phone is connected, and yeah, you can use Apple CarPlay as the default infotainment display whenever you get into the car. Okay, and then to go back to the regular Cupra infotainment, just press this button. Alright, yeah, simple as that. Next, your parking controls. Okay, this is your park assist, so it will actually help you to, it will guide you into a parallel parking lot or a vertical parking lot depending on what the car detects. Okay, this button very important because you always have to turn it off. This is your engine start stop. Alright, parking sensors. Okay, so this, like I mentioned, this car has the bird's eye view. Alright, so let me just drive forward a little bit so you can see. Okay, bird's eye view. Okay, and you can actually change the different views if you want. So you can change, you have bird's eye view, your rear camera. Alright, so yeah, multiple views for you to choose from. Okay, this is this to open your tailgate. Aircon controls, quite standard, dual zone climate control. Alright, okay, down over here you have your 12-volt socket. Alright, and this car actually has 4 USB-C slots, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. Alright, so your regular USB won't work, and then this is your wireless charging tray for you to charge your phone. My phone has this metal thing on the back, so it won't work because this metal piece, this is the magnet, actually interferes with the charging mechanism or whatever. So if you want to charge your phone, you have to remove that metal piece. Alright, next, your gear shifter, nothing interesting. Okay, put it into drive and then you can shift it to the left for your manual mode. Alright, driving modes, you have 6 different driving modes over here: comfort, sport, Cupra, individual, off-road and snow. Individual is where you can change it to be like you want your engine to be in Cupra mode but the suspension to be in comfort mode, something like that. Okay, you can tweak it to your own liking. Alright, brake auto hold and your electronic parking brake. 2 cup holders. Okay, 2 cup holders, and one is deeper than the other and bigger for some reason. Okay, center compartment not that deep, and the opening isn't very big as well. Here's your glove box. Alright, about average size. Okay, so yeah, this is the interior of the Cupra Ateca. Alright, oh, last thing, I don't know whether I showed this to you guys, your panoramic sunroof. You can open it up, of course. Let me take out this mount, and you can just it opens halfway till it reaches this thing, and yeah, it stops. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna close that for now. Oh yeah, and before I forget, the blind spot monitor system. Okay, now it lights up this part. It's no longer on the windshield itself, like, you know, in a lot of cars the display will be over here, the orange logo will light up over here. In this car it will light up over here. Okay, so when there's a car passing by in your blind spot, this thing will light up in orange. Not as pretty to look at, but it does the job. Okay, so let's go on to the back of the Cupra Ateca. So this seat is in my original driver's position. I didn't move it after I adjusted it to my own preference. Okay, I'm about 1.75 meters tall for your reference, and you can see that I have more than one knuckle of leg room. Okay, yep, quite a lot of leg room. Headroom, for headroom, yeah, quite a lot as well. Okay, yeah, actually I can't measure from here because it's a sunroof. Okay, measure from here. Yeah, it's still more than one knuckle of headroom. Okay, so yeah, you won't be complaining about space in this car unless you are super tall. Next, let me see. Being an all-wheel drive car, the transmission tunnel actually not that intrusive. I think it's okay. You have your rear aircon controls, and you have your two USB-C ports in the back as well. Okay, so yeah. Okay guys, so I've been driving this car around for the past 3 days already, and I really like it. Okay, first of all, I want to talk about the suspension and the comfort, because this car very comfortable. This is one of the more comfortable SUVs that I've been in. Okay, very comfortable. The multi-link suspension with the tires, the Turanza tires, I think they work really well. So this thing goes over bumps like nothing. Okay, it just flies over them. It's just really very comfortable. Okay, except for, you know, when you're going slow at these kind of very bumpy construction roads, yeah, then you know, you can feel the bumps, of course. But on when you're driving faster on regular roads, there are those, you know, road imperfections. The car will just glide over them. It's just really very comfortable. Okay, next you have the driving modes. I played around more with comfort mode and Cupra mode, okay, because the other modes like individual and snow and off-road, you know, quite pointless lah in Singapore. So let's talk about comfort mode first. In comfort mode, which is the mode I'm driving in right now, as you'd expect, it's, you know, comfortable. It's very sedate, very civilized. You'll never expect that you are driving a performance SUV until you put your foot down. Okay, so even in comfort mode, the car will pull. The pull is quite strong, but there's like maybe slightly less than a second of turbo lag before the car starts to pull. Okay, and even when you are in comfort mode, right, the car, let's say you are driving right now, I'm driving in gear 5 at 54 kilometers an hour. So let's say I put my foot down, right, the car will automatically step down to the lowest available gear for that speed. So you know, you drop to a lower gear, you get more power, you get more pull. Okay, so the car will do that even in comfort mode. But of course, in comfort mode, there's that turbo lag before the car starts to pull. If you want to minimize that, you just put it into Cupra mode, and in Cupra mode, turbo lag is not that apparent. Okay, it's still there, but it's minimized by quite a bit. Another thing about Cupra mode is that I sort of wished it was a bit more aggressive. The reason I say that is because in Cupra mode, sometimes I don't even realize that I'm driving the car in Cupra mode. Usually when you put a car into sports mode and you drive it, right, it's very obvious because the car will start to drag the gears. You will feel the engine brake, things like that. You will hear the, you know, exhaust rumbling louder. But in this car, even in Cupra mode, the car tries to upshift a bit too early. Okay, so that's why you don't really like, it takes maybe like a minute or something, or slightly less than a minute for you to realize that you are actually driving in Cupra mode. Because even though the exhaust valves open up in Cupra mode, the exhaust, I wouldn't say it's like that loud. Okay, it's a stock exhaust. It's nice to hear, nice to listen, but it's not that loud. Okay, so that's why sometimes you don't realize you are driving in Cupra mode. And even in Cupra mode, the car is still quite comfortable. So that's also another reason why. This car has adaptive dampers, by the way. So yeah, you know, based on the driving mode you select, the dampers will adjust accordingly. Make it more stiff or make it softer. Okay, another thing I want to talk about is the car's agility. Okay, it's very agile. when you put it into Cupra mode, what happens is that the steering will stiffen up a bit, so you get a bit like you get a more sportier feel, and it really helps. This car in Cupra mode, right, if let's say you want to cut through traffic, you want to change lanes abruptly and all that, basically drive like a hooligan, you can do that because this car allows you to do it almost effortlessly. Okay, so you know how in like some SUVs, right, when you want to like change lanes quickly, or you want to swerve in and out of traffic, I'm not saying you should do that lah, but you know, if you wanted to, let's say you wanted to do that, it can feel a bit lethargic because you feel the bulk of the car just swinging with you, right? So it's not exactly a nice feeling. You know, it's like you turn the steering and then there's a delay, and then you feel the car like sort of turn with you. It's because the car is too big and bulky, the chassis isn't set up to do these kind of things. But in this car, you put it into Cupra and you want to change lanes abruptly, you want to swerve in and out of traffic, yeah, the car will let you do that. It's very agile. It's really very agile. You really don't feel the weight of the car at all. Even when I'm driving like this, I know I'm driving an SUV because it's taller than most other cars, but you really don't feel the bulk. It's just so smooth. I mean, yeah lah, it's a brand new car, only like what 1,100 kilometers on the clock, but it's just so smooth, so comfortable. Put into Cupra, it's so agile. Yeah, the more I drive this car, right, the more I fall in love with it because it's really just that good. Of course, no car is perfect, so there are a few things about this car that I don't like. You know, for example, the infotainment, not the easiest to use. What else? There's no sunglass holder. Yeah, this car doesn't have that. The price, I think, actually no lah, I can't really complain about the price because it's like 17. Oh yeah, by the way, if I haven't mentioned the price yet, it's about 194k as of the time of this filming, which is around Christmas 2020. But 194k is the listed price. Depreciation about 17,000. So at that price lah, at 194k, depreciation is 17,000. So if you can get it at about maybe 16k depreciation, I think it's quite a good buy. Also, you have to remember that this car doesn't really have any competitors, okay? Because at this price point, right, there's no other SUV, continental SUV with this kind of performance that can match it. Because Singapore doesn't have the Tiguan R line. The other cars, the other competitors, it would be your other continental performance SUVs like your GLA 45, your SQ3, your maybe X2 or your X3M, something like that. Those cars are way more expensive than this. This is under 200k, okay? Those cars are 200 plus 300k. Yeah. So this car is like in a segment of its own, okay? And if you have not tried driving a Cupra, I really urge you to go down to your showroom and give it a test drive, okay? Because this is over the past 3 days, right, I actually brought some of my friends along to test this car out with me, okay? And all of them love the car because at night, right, this car with the ambient lighting, the seats and all that, it just looks really good, okay, at night. And yeah, with the performance and the comfort and all, they really like it, especially with the Beats audio. It's like you and your friends, you're just cruising along, listening to good music in a comfortable car. It's quiet as well, so it just gives that, it just creates a nicer environment for everyone. Yeah, so far the people I've shown this car to, all of them seem to like it. And they are car people, okay? So they are not like people who don't really know anything about cars, and you show them whatever car also, they're like, oh, nice, yeah. Not like that, okay? These are car people, and all of them really like it, especially the performance. Yeah. So I think that's about it for this review. Thanks guys so much for watching. If you have any questions you want to know about this car, just leave them in the comments down below. And yeah, thanks guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.